Samantha Pekh, registered psychologist. In this video I want to cover some of the strategies that you can begin using in order to help yourself cope after having a house fire. Due to the fact that when your house has a fire, most people tend to lose their sense of safety, their normal routine, or just even a sense of normalcy, and as a result they may start experiencing really unpredictable or intense feelings. So in order to establish some kind of calm and predictability in your life, I'm going to cover 5 things that I want you to kind of think about and try to get going as you're just adjusting to everything that's happening, as well as you're trying to get back to what a new life might look like. Number 1 is going to be get a routine going. It may not look like the routine that you had prior to the house fire, but you want to get some kind of routine going. We are creatures of habit, and if we have a routine in place, it'll help to bring a sense of safety and normalcy back, even if it's different than the routine that you had before the fire. This includes keeping to a normal sleep or rest cycle. It includes connecting with other people, and it includes eating well, making sure that you're drinking enough water. The water one is interesting because as you drink water, it engages our calming system. It's often why people say just sit down, have some water or drink some tea. It really does physiologically allow our body or assist our body to begin calming down. The other suggestion is just to avoid the alcohol and drugs or any kind of mood-altering substances during this time. If anything, it's going to detract or delay your ability to start beginning with active coping and to start moving forward with what you need to do. So number 1 was get the routine going. It helps to establish some sense of safety for your body, physiologically, even your mind. Number 2 is engage your calming system. Technically, this is the parasympathetic nervous system. But to keep it simple, it's the calming system. In order to do that, there's several strategies. The one that I recommend the most to many of the clients that I work with is what I call square breathing. Square breathing is literally you breathe in for that count of 4, you hold for a count of 4. That allows the oxygen time to circulate throughout your body. Then you let your breath out for a count of 4. And then you take a break again before you take that next breath in. The importance of that is if you're not used to taking big, full breaths, if you're breathing like this, you're going to get lightheaded. It's essentially similar to overdosing on oxygen. So breathing in for 4, holding for 4, let it out for 4, and then take a break for 4. Very simple breathing technique, but it helps to ensure you get enough air in order to really engage that out breath. And it's the out breath that's key here because that engages the calming system. The other technique is literally rock your body. Whether it's this way or you rock back and forth, most people find it more natural to rock back and forth as opposed to side, or bring in the butterfly hug. Anything that's rhythmic like this. We know when a baby is upset, one of the things we do to calm that baby is lots of rhythmic stuff, lots of patting. It has a real physiological basis to it. It helps the body to get a felt sense of calm. So feel free, just in order to just do anything bilateral. Usually the butterfly hug does well, and bring in some rocking. So you're working with your nervous system, right? You don't want to just try to think your way out of all this. You have to work with the body as well. Visualization. This is a hard one for some people. I do not mean just thinking about the positive in a Pollyanna type of way. I mean like a dream. Really visualize what it is that you want to get to. Notice those positives that are happening, the supports that you're seeing, the opportunities that do exist, but also step this up a bit and visualize not just seeing where you're going to get, and I mean it the intensity, like make it feel real, get right into it, it's like dreams feel real, but also visualize yourself coping with the difficulties. Don't just see yourself at the end line, at the other end of when all this is over, but also visualize yourself handling and coping through all the difficulties that are going to be coming up for you in the next few days or weeks and even months. That will increase your resiliency and your ability to persevere through the tough times, as opposed to what a lot of people have the tendency to do, and that says, I can't handle this, and seeing themselves not handling it, or this is just too much, and almost getting an image of themselves just kind of collapsing. So we want you to be able to visualize where you're heading, what you need to get done, but also how do you talk to yourself, how are you going to cope, and visualizing yourself doing that. The other way to engage the calming system, or to at least allow it to become activated again, is get in some exercise so that we can reduce the level of the stress hormone cortisol in your body, as well as the adrenaline and endorphins that are released when we're under stress. Usually exercise that is rhythmic is more recommended, so whether this is running, jogging, playing soccer, basketball, swimming, even dancing, anything that kind of uses the left and right side of the body and is rhythmic in nature. If we can get that going, you have a way to channel that energy that has been built up, all that hormone release that was built up to deal with the crisis. We need to find ways to release it so it's not staying pent up within us and contributing to ongoing anxiety or stress. I briefly mentioned this earlier, but we also want to engage socially. It's very tempting at times to just pull away and to be on our own, but we want to make sure that we engage socially. We are pack animals. And it comes right down to it. We do so much better when we are within a group of people, or we have a pack around us. But when you engage socially, I want you to think of it in two ways. Find people that you can talk about the impact of the fire with you, but also find people that you can do other things outside of the fire. So this is what I call healthy distraction. You do not need to have all your conversations mentioning or discussing the fire. You need to have a break from what is happening. That also helps to engage that calming system. That's the next tip that I want to share with you, and that's just to unplug. Take a break from the crises. Allow yourself to have moments where you're just able to relax or be happy, to laugh. These are really healthy emotions. You do not have to stay in the stress. Children do this so much more easily than adults. They bounce in and out of stress or grief, but adults tend to hang on to things. So allow yourself to unplug and get some healthy distractions. It'll actually allow you to come back in and face what you have to and deal with what you need to in a better way. It's just a way of detoxing the body of the stress, really. As I mentioned detox, I'm also thinking it's going to be important for you to do a news detox. Don't try to catch up with the news every minute or all day. Take chunks of time where you just allow yourself to have a break from all that, so your body can settle and your mind can slow down a bit. The last tip that I want to share with you, and sometimes this is hard for people, but just really trust and allow your body to do what it needs to. Allow those reactions to come forward, whether it's you wanting to cry or be angry. It might even be that your body wants to shake a bit, or again, just that natural tendency. A lot of people feel like they need to rock. You might need to mourn the losses that have occurred. Just trust that your body knows what it needs to do to allow yourself to recover and heal, as opposed to getting in your way and trying to shut that down. Avoiding or shutting things down might be tempting, because you might not be certain how to work with those feelings or emotions or even the sensations that come with it. So it might be tempting, but as we acknowledge and just notice, okay, that is what's going on right now, that is what I'm feeling, it'll help facilitate or allow those sensations, those feelings to start to move through and decrease at least a bit. Again, if you find that you're not functioning well and things are feeling overwhelming and you're not able to get things moving forward a bit, then I would strongly suggest to connect in with a professional in the community. You can reach me at the website or the phone number. The phone number is 780-710-9567. And the website is samanthapekh.com. That's Pekh.com. You can also contact the Psych Association of Alberta to get a list of all the therapists in the area, as well as Alberta Health Services, one of the mental health clinics. Just get connected in with somebody so that you can start to move forward. You do not have to do this on your own.